The weather grew breezier, brighter and warmer as the Easter holidays passed, but Harry, along with the rest of the 5th and 7th years, was trapped inside, revising. The 1st of April, Fred and George Weasley's birthday. Happy birthday, Fred. Happy birthday, George. The thing about growing up with Fred and George, said Ginny thoughtfully, is that you sort of start thinking anything's possible if you've got enough nerve. Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix, Chapter 29, Careers Advice. The 2nd of April, E for exceeds expectations, and I've always thought Fred and I should have got E in everything, because we exceed expectations just by turning up for the exams. George Weasley. Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix, Chapter 15, The Hogwarts High Inquisitor. The 3rd of April. Give her hell from us, Peeves. And Peeves, who Harry had never seen take an order from a student before, swept his belled hat from his head and sprang to a salute as Fred and George wheeled about to tumultuous applause from the students below and sped out of the open front doors into the glorious sunset. Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix, Chapter 29, Careers Advice. The 4th of April. I believe your friends, Misters Fred and George Weasley, were responsible for trying to send you a lavatory seat. No doubt they thought it would amuse you. Madame Pomfrey, however, felt it might not be very hygienic and confiscated it. Albus Dumbledore. Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone, Chapter 17, The Man with Two Faces. The 5th of April. Anyone can speak troll, said Fred dismissively. All you have to do is point and grunt. Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire, Chapter 7, Bagman and Crouch. The 6th of April. The grounds were still and quiet. No breath of wind disturbed the treetops in the Forbidden Forest. The Whomping Willow was motionless and innocent looking. It looked as though conditions for the match would be perfect. Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban, Chapter 15, The Quidditch Final. The 7th of April. Mount your brooms on my whistle. 3, 2, 1. Madam Hooch. Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban, Chapter 13, Gryffindor versus Ravenclaw. The 8th of April. Up in the air, Snape turned on his broomstick just in time to see something scarlet shoot past him, missing him by inches. Next second, Harry had pulled out of the dive, his arm raised in triumph, the snitch clasped in his hand. The stands erupted. It had to be a record. No one could even remember the snitch being caught so quickly. Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone, Chapter 13, Nicholas Flamel. the 9th of April, and that Smith of Hufflepuff with the quaffle, said a dreamy voice echoing over the grounds. He did the commentary last time, of course, and Ginny Weasley flew into him. I think probably on purpose. It looked like it. Smith was being quite rude about Gryffindor. I expect he regrets that now he's playing them. Oh look, he's lost the quaffle. Ginny took it from him. I do like her. She's very nice. Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince. Chapter 19, Elf Tales. The 10th of April. It's Easter eggs from Mum, said Ginny. There's one for you. There you go. She handed him a handsome chocolate egg, decorated with small iced snitches, and according to the packaging, containing a bag of fizzing wispies. Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix, Chapter 29, Careers Advice. The 11th of April. Oh, why don't we have a night off? Said Hermione brightly, as a silver-tailed Weasley rocket zoomed past the window. After all, the Easter holidays start on Friday. We'll have plenty of time then. Are you feeling all right? Ron asked, staring at her in disbelief. Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix, Chapter 28, Snape's Worst Memory. The 12th of April. Fred and George Weasley disappeared for a couple of hours and returned with armfuls of bottles of butterbeer, pumpkin fizz, and several bags full of Honeydukes sweets. Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban, Chapter 13, Gryffindor versus Ravenclaw. The 13th of April. Madame Pince was swooping down on them, her shriveled face contorted with rage. Chocolate in the library, she screamed. Out, out, out. And whipped out her wand. She caused Harry's books, bag, and ink bottle to chase him and Ginny from the library, whacking them repeatedly over the head as they ran. Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix, Chapter 29, Careers Advice. The 14th of April. It was the first day of the Easter holidays, and Hermione, as was her custom, had spent a large part of the day drawing up revision timetables for the three of them. Harry and Ron had let her do it. It was easier than arguing with her. And in any case, they might come in useful. Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix, Chapter 29, Careers Advice. The 15th of April. Nearly headless. How can you be nearly headless? Sir Nicholas looked extremely miffed, as if their little chat wasn't going at all the way he wanted. Like this, he said irritably. He seized his left ear and pulled. His whole head swung off his neck and fell onto his shoulder as if it was on a hinge. Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone, Chapter 7, The Sorting Hat. The 16th of April. Harry, my dear boy, Nick made to grasp Harry's hand with both of his. Harry's felt as though they had been thrust cast into icy water. Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows, Chapter 31, The Battle of Hogwarts. The 17th of April. I know nothing of the secrets of death, Harry, for I chose my feeble imitation of life instead. I believe learned wizards study the matter in the Department of Mysteries. Nearly Headless Nick. Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix, Chapter 38. The Second War begins. The 18th of April. Harry took out his wand, murmured Lumos, and a tiny light appeared at the end of it, just enough to let them watch the path for signs of spiders. Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets, Chapter 15, Aragog. The 19th of April. I had him from an egg, you know, said Hagrid morosely. Tiny little thing he was when he hatched, about the size of a Pekingese. Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince, Chapter 22, After the Burial. The 20th of April. The Death of Aragog. One for Harry, said Slughorn, dividing a second bottle between two mugs, and one for me. Well, he raised his mug high to Aragog. Aragog, said Harry and Hagrid together. Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince, Chapter 22, After the Burial. The 21st of April. Harry noticed him glance at the fire. Harry looked at it too. Hagrid, what's that? But he already knew what it was. In the very heart of the fire, underneath the kettle, was a huge black egg. Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone, Chapter 14, Norbert, the Norwegian Ridgeback. The 22nd of April. All at once there was a scraping noise, and the egg split open. The baby dragon flopped onto the table. It wasn't exactly pretty. Harry thought it looked like a crumpled black umbrella. Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone, Chapter 14, Norbert, the Norwegian Ridgeback. The 23rd of April. Isn't he beautiful? Hagrid murmured. He reached out a hand to stroke the dragon's head. It snapped at its fingers, showing pointed fangs. Bless him. Look, he knows his mummy, said Hagrid. Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone, Chapter 14, Norbert, the Norwegian Ridgeback. The 24th of April. Got this out of the library. Dragon breeding for pleasure and profit. It's a bit out of date, of course, but it's all in here. Keep the egg in the fire, 'cause their mothers breathe on him, you see. And when it hatches, feed it on a bucket of brandy mixed with chicken blood every half hour. Rubius Hagrid. Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone, Chapter 14, Norbert, the Norwegian Ridgeback. The 25th of April. But there aren't wild dragons in Britain, said Harry. Of course there are, said Ron. Common Welsh green and Hebridean blacks. The Ministry of Magic has a job hushing them up, I can tell you. Our lot have to keep putting spells on muggles who've spotted them to make them forget. Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone, Chapter 14. Norbert, the Norwegian Ridgeback. The 26th of April. Dragons comprised entirely of green and gold sparks were soaring up and down the corridors, emitting loud, fiery blasts and bangs as they went. Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix, Chapter 28, Snape's Worst Memory. The 27th of April. Well, here goes, said Harry, and he raised the little bottle and took a carefully measured gulp. What does it feel like? Whispered Hermione. Harry did not answer for a moment. Then slowly but surely an exhilarated sense of infinite opportunity stole through him. He felt as though he could have done anything at all. Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince, Chapter 22, After the Burial. The 28th of April. Professor Slughorn's birthday. Happy birthday, Professor Slughorn. Well, said Slughorn, not looking at Riddle, but fiddling with the ribbon on top of his box of crystallized pineapple. Well, it can't hurt to give you an overview, of course, just so that you understand the term. A Horcrux is the word used for an object in which a person has concealed part of their soul. Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince, Chapter 23, Horcruxes. The 29th of April. Ah, Professor Snape, said Umbridge, smiling widely and standing up again. Yes, I would like another bottle of Veritaserum. As quick as you can, please. You took my last bottle to interrogate Potter, he said, observing her coolly through his greasy curtains of black hair. Surely you did not use it all. I told you that 3 drops would be sufficient. Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix, Chapter 32, Out of the Fire. The 30th of April. Professor, I'm really sorry to disturb you, said Harry, as quietly as possible, while Ron stood on tiptoe, attempting to see past Slughorn into his room. But my friend Ron's swallowed a love potion by mistake. You couldn't make him an antidote, could you? I'd take him to Madame Pomfrey, but we're not supposed to have anything from Weasley's wizard wheezes. And, awkward questions. I'd have thought you could have whipped him up a remedy, Harry. An expert potioner like you, a Slughorn. Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince, Chapter 18,